All right, good evening, South Central Texas. About 6:46 as we're coming on the air. We're delivering a flash flood warning in sections of Gillespie and Llano counties right now. So as we take a look at what's going on right now, this alert will go until 10 o'clock tonight. Just going to mention that, but we have a flash flood warning for 1 to 3 inches of rain, which have fallen into the warned area. So just a heads up from southern sections of the city of Llano, just north of Fredericksburg. That's where we're experiencing some potential, I don't want to say significant flooding, but unfortunately, I think we may be having that possibility because, again, in this area, we've seen at least 5 to 10 inches of rain in parts of Gillespie and Llano counties for the last couple of days. And again, that's something that we're going to watch here very, very closely. So now, as we go ahead and zoom in to the storm a little bit more, so let's zoom into Llano. Let's go ahead and go more towards Gillespie County here. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at our 1 hourly rainfall totals here. Just a second, our system's going slow. Where is it? 1 hour rainfall totals. Yeah. One second. As is buffers. All right, thank you. All right, so once again, guys, we're dealing with that. So here's the latest rainfall amounts in the last hour to 2 hours. This is just in the last hour, but probably in the last 2 hours wouldn't surprise me. You already have some significant rainfall amounts, all the way up to half an inch to maybe an inch or two in some spots. We see some of that red. That's an indication of maybe up to 2 inches of rain. So towards Stoltz, Lone Grove, Llano, or not really Lone Grove, but Llano, Stoltz, Lone Grove. That's where we're experiencing quite a bit of the heavier rain right now. Llano right now, mainly seeing that lighter activity precipitation, but out towards like western and southwestern Llano County to southeastern Mason County and portions of northern Gillespie County. That's where we're starting to see some of the impacts right now. So as we go ahead and switch back over to our radar, this is our regular reflectivity radar. So as we go and return back to that, and let's go there. So as it loads, there we go. Now you can see what's going on. So as we go and drag the map more towards Llano and Burnett counties now. I know it's super laggy, I apologize. But again, showers and storms right now. It's just heavy rain that's falling right now over a good section of our viewing area right now. So again, northeast of Fredericksburg, a pretty good downpour right now. West and north of Fredericksburg, some pretty good storms. In southern and central sections of Llano and eastern Llano counties, that's where we got some more showers and just lighter showers happening right now out towards Mason County. Out across Burnett County, we're here at Storm TV Studios in South Marble Falls. Nothing right now, but off towards our west, beginning to notice some storms happening as well. All right, let's go ahead and zoom this out more out towards Travis County and Central Texas and the Austin area now. So as we go ahead and move this, oh, sorry, but we'll leave some significant lag there. But yeah, there we go. There's our big map. Here's the big picture of everything. Actually, I just realized we have a flood advisory in our southeastern county. So let's go all the way down towards New Braunfels. So just south of San Marcos, New Braunfels to Luling to Gonzales County. Let's stop over here. And this is where we have an ongoing flood advisory until about, if we can tap on this here, let's get some more information on this alert here. So I think we click here, yeah. We have a flood advisory, expires in about 1 hour, so that's about, 8 o'clock-ish is when this alert expires. So again, we'll watch this closely. So again, Guadalupe, Caldwell, Fayette, and Gonzales County is in this flood advisory going in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. 1 to 2 inches of rain has fallen in this advisory area. All right, so let's go back to Llano County where we have some significant flooding potentially underway right now. Again, with this flash flood warning, 1 to 2 to potentially 3 inches of rain has fallen in a given area, but the risk is there for another inch. I wouldn't be surprised if some totals were nearing 4 inches potentially in southern sections of Llano County, northern sections of Gillespie County. So again, a really good thunderstorm right now and just east of Fredericksburg. The storm is producing tons of lightning, tons of thunder. So again, that's something that we're going to watch here closely as the storm continues to progress more to the southwest and east. But yeah, look at this. In the last hour and a half, the latest radar did not look like this. Now we just have this band of showers and storms that are just, I won't say stationary, but they're just sitting here. It's ponding over areas where we've seen significant rain. Thankfully, this is not ponding where Burnett, Bertram, and northwestern Travis County is, because that's where we've seen nearly 20 inches of rain in just the past week. In this area, we've seen nearly 5 to 15 inches of rain. We're adding another inch to 3 to potentially 4 inches on top of that. So again, this is not a good situation that we're seeing, and that's not a good situation that is unfolding right now in these areas this afternoon and as we get into the evening hours. So again, shower storms continue. Flash flood warning until 10 p.m. tonight. 1 to 3 inches of rain anticipated. A flood advisory in effect for Llano and Gillespie counties too. But again, this is our only flash flood warning that we have ongoing right now in Llano and Gillespie County. So again, southern sections of Llano County and northern sections of Gillespie County under those flash flood warnings. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom this out one more time, and we'll give you a big picture view what the radar looks like across the area. Flash flood warning for the Brady area outside of our area. Tons of flood advisories for Mason County. A storm just to the northwest of Marble Falls. Let's go towards the Austin area now and see what the radar shows. As of now, not a whole lot. Maybe some light showers northeast of Austin. Maybe some little tiny showers near Elgin, but that is about it. Or it could just be radar clutter, but again, something we're watching closely. As we return you back to our radar towards our southeastern counties, that's where we're starting to see some more of those flood advisories, as you can see. Actually, we can switch radar sites. Yeah, our radar site right here. Let's go ahead and check out our new Braunfels radar sites. And let's see what the latest radar is indicating here for Gonzales County. So it's just light showers, really. And again, we've been seeing rain for several hours just about from Luling, Gonzales to Smiley, and just outside of our viewing area towards Stockdale. But Seguin and areas towards Latonia have been seeing showers for quite some time. We actually do have a live camera in Luling, Texas. So we'll go ahead and scroll down here and take a look at that. Where is it? Scroll down more. Luling. So let's go here. Let's push inspect. So click on the stream there. Oh, yeah, there you go. So all you can see right there. It's rainy out there right now. The roads are damp. We've been seeing rain for, again, quite some time. So we got to return back to our radar. As you can see, showers happening now. So again, Luling, some rain now, but the rain activity is starting to wind down just a tad. All right, let's go ahead and jump back out towards the hill country now, where again we're still monitoring the flooding concerns right now. Again, this is just as well. Actually, before we do, let's go back to our radar site in Williamson County, the KGRK radar. That's right over there, just north of Taylor, northeast of Round Rock. You can see where we have that radar site. But again, this is the latest with what we're tracking. So pretty good storms. Again, these are heavy thunderstorms where we don't need any more rain, and we're still continuing to see rain in these pockets of areas. So again, the rain chances still continue, and again, we'll watch this closely. So very heavy rain northeast of Fredericksburg, moderate to potentially heavy rain for a good chunk of Gillespie and Llano counties. If this activity can hold together, it will push off towards the east and eventually make it to Burnett County. But unfortunately, we're starting to see some back building developing out towards areas northwest of Marble Falls. This may continue to develop more to the east. We'll see. But if it continues developing more east, and if this is actually going east, heads up for areas that have seen 20 plus inches of rain. We could add another additional half an inch to an inch potentially if this activity continues to be as strong as it has been. And strong could be the right term, because these were strong storm advisories earlier for gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour and hail upwards to penny size. So again, these storms have been creating the impact this afternoon. That's why we are in storm alert mode right now. That's why we are in red. So again, we're watching things very, very closely. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a miniature break here. We'll return you back to the radar with no audio. All right, good afternoon, South Central Texas. I'm Chief Forecaster David Alford here on the Storm TV Network channel on Stream Endlessly. We're interrupting programming to give you a flash flood alert right now for sections of the viewing area. Take a look at this. We have an ongoing thunderstorm in the city of Burnet. It's just weird. Look at that. There's one storm in downtown Burnet. It is literally no storm. There's no help around Burnet for that random storm to appear. So it's crazy how that storm has popped up in the city of Burnet. But we have that storm in Burnet right now. Some storms to the west side of Marble Falls. I've caught some video. If y'all want to see the video of the clouds here in Marble Falls, I just posted them here on YouTube, or they're posting right now. Just light to moderate rain just happening now in Llano County. Very heavy rain right now in southern and southeastern Llano counties. Here at the Storm TV studios, this band of very heavy thunderstorms will come my direction here in just a little bit from now, if the storm can maintain itself. And if this storm, as strong it is, as it gets closer to where I'm at, I'm going right outside like I was a few minutes ago. Storms just west of Round Mountain, northwest of Johnson City, west of the Storm TV studios. Some more storms in Gillespie County right now, just in the Fredericksburg area and areas to the northeast right now. This is where we're experiencing some very, very heavy rain, showers, and thunderstorms underway this afternoon. Or excuse me, I should say this evening, as we're tracking all of this right now. My video just posted of the dark clouds here in Marble Falls. Y'all can check out that video right now as it just came out here on the YouTube channel. And then, of course, our live stream will still be here on air. All right, so latest update, guys, showing you some of those storms in the vicinity. Burnet right now getting to light to moderate showers. It's going to stay for quite some time. So it makes me think flooding chances start to increase in Burnet. We'll see, because it's already saturated over there. We had some moderate rain for a good period of time. We'll see if this light to moderate band of rain will come into Burnet and see if that can cause any more troubles here in just a little bit. All right, in Llano and Gillespie counties here, we have a flash flood warning underway right now for 1 to 3 inches of rain. Up to 2 inches of rain is possible, is his radar indicated. It's in just, northeastern Gillespie County and southern Llano counties until 10 o'clock tonight. Latest suggestions from our radar are indicating nearly 1 to 2 inches of rain, which have fallen south of Llano, south of Stoltz, from Highland Haven to southern Llano County, into northern and northeastern sections of Gillespie County. If this, see how there's moderate rain, that green and yellow outside of the green line? That is about an inch of rain. So, question is will we get a new flash flood warning for more of northeastern Gillespie County, maybe even Blanco County, and will even more portions of Llano County be included? Will Burnet County be included? We'll see. But again, we're starting to notice this band of storms that's producing very heavy rain, again, up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, about to enter, well, actually, already is in Blanco County, and our radar is already suggesting nearly an inch of rain, and it's just rained in this area. So, as you can see, likely devastation underway right now in this area. We got people in the chat. Of course, if you guys got any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to comment down below. We got Clint in the chat. We got Storm Dakota in the chat saying I'm still devastated from the flash flooding in Kerrville, Texas. Yeah, me too. Very devastating. Same thing in Hunt, Texas. Same thing here in Burnet, Texas, and areas towards Lake Travis, Mason County, San Saba. Devastation is just, it's really sad. But unfortunately, we are still seeing some heavy rains where we have experienced already some significant flooding. In Llano County, everybody's received at least 5 to 10 inches of rain. Some areas a little bit higher than that. And we're adding another 1 to 4 inches of rain, again, right on top of that. And it's just light to moderate rain for the rest of the county, but if you're out towards Buchanan Lake Village or southeastern Llano County, we're adding another inch or two of rain. Mason County, just a swath of moderate rain about to enter Llano County. I mean, we do not need any more rain out in these areas. And as we go and take a look at your forecast here, look at this, guys. In Lake Travis, we have already seen 68% rise. In the last 7 days, that is about a 22-inch increase. For Lake Buchanan, where I live at, or used to live at, we are at 83%. We've seen 10 inches in just the last 7 days. Tonight's forecast, though, for Austin, the hourly planner is showing 76 degrees by 8 p.m. We're holding steady in the mid-70s from 9 to 10 o'clock later this evening. And in tonight's forecast, a low of 73 with a rain chance at 40%, mainly for the evening hours. Then after that, tomorrow, high temperatures will make it up into the mid-90s. with sun and clouds, and a very tiny rain chance is in store for tomorrow. So back to the radar. Again, showers and storms underway. It does look like that this heavy, really heavy band of storms will make it to where I live at. Potentially, it could produce, I want to say significant flooding, but it could if this storm can continue to hold itself together, mature itself together. We could see some impacts. As of right now, nothing significantly devastating, but again, we've seen so much rain in this area. It could potentially be devastating. I don't know. I don't know the exact information or details yet, but all I can tell you is the rain, it's just adding too much. And now we have a brand new flood advisory for Gillespie and Blanco counties here in south central Texas. This is going in for 10 p.m. tonight. About 2 inches of rain have fallen in the warned area. Remember me telling y'all 1 to 2 inches of rain has fallen before the alert was issued? Yeah, they agree with me now. But it wouldn't surprise me if we got another inch or two to fall right in this area as this is slowly moving off towards the east. It's also back building a little bit, and it's also forward building a little bit as well as the rain intensity starts to increase. When you see the lightning, a clear indication of the storm really starting to intensify, and that's what's going to continue to happen as this continues to push off towards the east. Yes, we do have some energy across the area. I mean, we have a lot of energy. So these storms could continue for maybe at least another 20 to 40 minutes. I think these storms could be quite impressive. But I think after 8 p.m., as we start to lose the sun and the daytime heating, I think the storm chances will start to wind down just a tad. But again, a flood advisory for Gillespie and Blanco counties until 10 o'clock tonight. Minor flooding underway. But again, if you're in the storm, you're potentially starting to see the water or the puddles starting to increase in just a good period of time. So again, we're monitoring, watching this closely as these storms continue to progress. But again, on the radar right now, this is what we're watching, this is what we're monitoring. Right here is the storm. It's actually this storm and this storm that are creating the very heavy rainfall amounts and that are leading to flood advisories in Blanco and Gillespie counties. Meanwhile, on top of that, a flash flood warning for southern Llano and northern Gillespie counties. 1 to 4 inches of rain potentially falling in these areas. And in this particular area where this new flood advisory got issued, 1 to 2 inches of rain either has happened or will happen as this progresses off towards the east. But again, we do got to watch areas towards like Highland Haven, Marble Falls, Storm TV Studios, Round Mountain. These are going to be the next corridor areas where we're going to have to watch here for the potential another additional risk for some heavy rain, 1 to 2 inches. Besides that, as this continues to progress west to east, the shower storm chances are only continuing to grow, and the heavy rain rate is also beginning to increase. So again, continue to watch this. Fredericksburg, you guys are in the flood advisory because y'all have seen some significant rain already, and we're just going to be adding a little bit more to that as it progresses off towards the east. We do have a river that is right in this area. I forgot the name of the river, but it goes through Fredericksburg, I believe, and it goes through Johnson City, I believe, but then it goes towards Lake Travis, I'm pretty sure. So we are adding at least another 1 to 2 to potentially 3 inches from Fredericksburg to Johnson City towards Lake Travis. So at least another inch or two will come towards Lake Travis here in just the next couple hours or the next day. We'll see how things go, though. Out towards southern Llano County, the Llano River goes right through here. Lake LBJ is over here outside of Kingsland, and then you go through Marble Falls. Yeah, we got some showers underway now. But if this corridor can get more towards Highland Haven, this moderate shower activity will interfere with the lake and the river and the Colorado River. So the potential rain intensity will start to increase as this continues to push more towards the east. So the question is this. We're starting to see some moderate rain up here, starting to increase now. The question is this, will this continue to increase further north and further south? If that does happen, we'll start to see a wall of just rain occurring out towards the distance. Out in Burnett, the city of Burnett, we have this random shower that has appeared. Many people in the Burnett area, as usual, have asked me questions. Will it rain tonight? It's already happening, or it has been happening. At least 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch has fallen in just a good short period of time. But we got some light showers, thankfully, coming your way. I know we don't need any more rain, but we do got showers coming your guys' direction as we're coming on the air and as we are developing this story right now. So again, that's the latest here with what the radar is presenting here in South Central Texas. As of right now, I only have one camera. That is in Marble Falls, Texas. This is a still camera shot, and that means the picture, it's just a picture camera, so it updates every hour. but here is what it looks like as of 27 at the time, and you can see the showers and storms off towards the distance right now. As it gets closer to where I live at and just near the studios. This camera is probably about 8 miles away south of the studios here. This camera is at just near the Chili's and the what's that restaurant? It's some steak restaurant, I believe. It also has fish there, just next door to Chili's and by the hotel over there. That's where the camera is at here in Marble Falls, and that's the Lake Marble Falls or Colorado River. And again, this camera shot's about 6 to 8 miles away from our TV studios here in South Marble Falls. So again, pretty good storms starting to progress. And I've had a lot of questions. What is that construction area they're building off towards the right? They're actually building a very extremely fancy, I've been told hotel, but I've also been told an apartment. So one of the two. It could be, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a hotel. If it's an apartment, I'm going to be surprised. But it's been one of the two. So they're building something where someone can spend the night there. But overall, they've been working on that for a good couple months now. And that construction is actually really starting to fire off and develop. But as rain starts to come their direction, the more rain we receive and the more rain we get, the slower the construction gets built. The days get pushed back, unfortunately. But again, that's that shot there from Marble Falls. And there you go. It's pretty rainy out there, out towards the distance. Again, this is what's coming closer and closer to where I'm at. If y'all want to check out my video that I just posted of the storms getting closer and closer to where I live at, you see where it says Storm TV Studios? That's where we're broadcasting from. But I just posted a video of ominous clouds across the vicinity. So again, that's what active radar shows. I'm going to go ahead and peer myself back on here. Again, guys, a flood advisory has been issued for Gillespie counties over here and Blanco counties over here. The green shaded color in this polygon, that's where we got flooding concerns happening now. Again, between 1 to 2 to potentially 3 inches of rain has fallen in this advisory area. If we get another inch of rain, which I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen. If that were to happen, we will likely probably get a flash flood warning that will start to occur. Earlier ago, it was mainly just yellow and very dark orange. Now we're starting to see some red appear. Also starting to notice some yellow popping up more widespread. So that's going to be questionable and something to watch throughout the next little bit. But as we're starting to see this activity it's kind of unorganizing just a little bit. You can see how it's like split apart. Yeah, just continues to split apart. So that's very interesting how that is occurring. But remember me talking about how if this area continues, I've been mentioning this year, I said this area may start to push more north as it continues to grow, and it's starting to do that now as that gets more and more northward towards Highland Haven. So heads up Marble Falls, heads up Storm TV Studios and Round Mountain. This is where we got some moderates to likely heavy rain coming our direction. Again, another inch or two of rain could be possible. And again, areas to the southwest, some moderate to heavy showers, some really heavy rain right now south of Fredericksburg was something that we're watching very closely. Meanwhile, Western Llano, Gillespie, and counties ahead, that's where we just got some good old showers. But again, the showers are rather light and likely are interrupting your evening plans. You may be asking, how far do the showers go? They go all the way out west towards Menard and Junction. That's where the storms start to wrap up at. All right, so let's take a quick pause on the Texas Hill Country. Let's follow up on our southeastern counties right now where we've had some significant, well, not really significant, but we've had some decent flooding here in the last couple of hours. So if we go ahead and tap here, the radar is loading now. So let's do this. Yeah, there we go. So the radar right now is showing you guys showers off towards Gonzales County. Rather light, though. But from Luling to Gonzales to Harwood to Waldular, that's where we got some of those showers. There's some light showers towards Latonia as well. But again, that's about it. Flood advisory till 10 o'clock tonight. Again, going for Guadalupe, Gonzales, Caldwell, and Fayette counties tonight here in south central Texas. About 1 to 3 inches of rain has fallen into the advisory area. If you do see water on low water crossings or anywhere, make sure to turn around and do not drown. And that's going to be the same story for areas out towards the hill country, which we'll talk more about here in just a second. So the shower activity is starting to wind down, quite significant. Last hour to 4 hours, we've seen some pretty good rain, moderate to heavy rather. Now it's just light in general, so that's wonderful news to show and see. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now in Luling, Texas, where things are starting to calm down just a little bit as the shower activity is winding down. but you can see it is super damp out there. It is wet out there. Temperatures likely in the 70s right now, maybe even 60s. Wouldn't be surprised, but mainly in the 70s right now in Luling. And I'm trying to move the camera. There we go. So again, you can see it is damp out there right now in Luling, Texas this evening here. So again, it is wet. Looks like the sun is out just a little bit, but temperatures will start to increase, and so will the humidity. But again, that's a great shot. I'm gonna move the camera one more frame. Let's get to the right, if we can do that, please. 1 second. There's always a delay with this camera. There we go. So again, you can see the wide shot. Those dark clouds, that's where it's likely bringing in some sprinkles, some rain right now. If we go back to the radar, you can see that there is some of those showers. So here's Luling. That's where the camera is at. Again, we were looking off towards the southeast of Luling, and that's that dark clouds where there's some light sprinkles and showers occurring right now. So again, that's one thing that we are tracking for you this evening here right now. All right, closer radar site from KEWX in New Braunfels. Latest radar indicates some very heavy rain right now, northwest of Blanco, northwest of Johnson City. But we are starting to notice shower activity potentially starting to increase just near Comforts, just near the Guadalupe River area, areas north of Bernie, Guadalupe River here, maybe tiny sprinkles, but showers for sure in Comfort. We're monitoring this area closely as things are starting to get going. And Bexar County, what we do cover just near Helotes, a little storm is starting to appear right now, which is a clear indication of storms starting to develop. So we'll watch this closely. Maybe we'll start to see a connection start to happen. We'll see. But as of now, the favored area for the most heavy rain and potentially, I don't want to say significant flooding. I mean, we've seen significant flooding in the last week and a half. We're adding another 1 to 4 inches in this area. That could be quite devastating for a lot of people, especially if you have travel. There's likely travel impacts too right now too. So just to add on that, guys. But again, showers and storms happening right now. Fredericksburg, there's a storm to your south. Johnson City to your northwest. Let's go ahead and zoom back into these storms here, and you can see there it is. Good storms right now. Pretty good sail just south of Fredericksburg right now. So these storms are continuing to push off towards the east and southeast. All right, we're switching radar sites to KGRK, and there we go. There's the storms for us this evening. Of course, if you guys got any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to throw that out there in the chat. All right, the more lightning we see, the more clear indication of it's a good storm. Storms are getting closer and closer to the TV studios here. If this little band starts to grow more to the east, like it slightly has been doing, we may get rain a bit early. I've got some notifications saying rain at 7:15. Here we are at 7:35. It's not raining. So this is slow moving. It's kind of hard to predict exactly when you'll see rain. Like Granite Shoals, probably sprinkles right now or a quick little shower, but the quick shower should last for who knows how long. And the rainfall intensity and the rain shower intensity will actually start to increase here in just a little bit. So again, Marble Falls, Granite Shoals, Storm TV Studios, if you're near there, Round Mountain, maybe even Johnson City, heads up. Moderate downpours coming your way. It's time to head inside. If you have anything that can get blown away by gusty winds up to 20 to 40 miles per hour, this is the exact storm that could do that. We previously had weather alerts for these storms for gusty winds near 50 and penny-sized hail. Now it's flooding rains that are occurring. And as we go ahead and switch to our hail tracker here, you can see where we have no hail happening anymore. So that's a good sign. No hail's occurring. This is not our hail tracker. It was supposed to automatically default to the hail tracker, and it did not. All right, there we go. Here's our hail tracker. Actually, our hail tracker is indicating perhaps some very tiny, small, pea-sized hail, but it's probably picking up on the rain because the rain, I'm sure the rain is really cold, so it's probably indicating it as hail. But anyways, that's the latest with what our radar is indicating right now. Let's go ahead and return back to our radar. And again, the radar here will suggest that, okay, that did not work. There we go. But yeah, again, this heavy band of storms is starting to push from west to east. So again, getting closer and closer to the TV studios here. All right, just a reminder, a flash flood warning underway for southern sections of Llano County, southwestern, southern, and southeastern, except for this section here, under a flash flood warning. Northern and northwestern and northeastern sections of Gillespie County also under a flash flood warning this evening until 10 p.m. A flood advisory for western and northwestern Blanco County and portions of Gillespie County, eastern Gillespie County, including Fredericksburg, and a flood advisory. I would not be surprised if this were to get upgraded to a flash flood warning here in the next 5 to 15 to 25 minutes, as likely an inch to 2 inches of rain is falling in this area. We are noticing some back building that's been continuing to develop. I've been mentioning this for the last 15-20 minutes now. As this pushes off towards the east, the more back build it does, and it's just continuing to do that right now. So again, would not be surprised if we got a flash flood warning here soon for Gillespie County over here and Blanco County here. As this again is just back building this evening here. All right, storms right now in the hill country for Marble Falls, Round Mountain, Johnson City, not yet, but storms should come our way here in about 10 to 15 minutes from now as these get closer. Burn it, y'all already saw rain because of a random isolated storm, but still y'all are seeing some rather quite heavy beneficial rain. So again, we are tracking this closely. I keep getting a lot of lightning notifications as well, so a good indication of these storms being rather intense and strong. And I know it's super glitchy. Again, I haven't used our green screen system in a while. If y'all realize we did not use our green screen system for the flooding last week, it was because I would have done a lot of standing. So I think tonight was a good night to bring this back. But again, super glitchy, I know. I've actually, you may notice the camera shot used to be super lower, and now we're a little bit higher. So yeah, now y'all can see more of me a little bit better. And actually, I can walk up to the camera much better. So again, still getting things used to and still working out things with everything around me and how I present things to y'all. So again, it's going to take some time. I know it's been about a month now, but at least another few weeks or so, and we'll continue this coverage here. All right, so pockets of very heavy rain right now, northwest of Johnson City right now. We see that red on our radar legend. That is in the middle. That means very heavy rain where it's pouring down right now. Moderate showers continue for southern and southeastern Llano counties. A good chunk of eastern Gillespie County and here soon in Burnett County because of storms coming our direction here soon. All right, let's go and take a screenshot look here. Not screenshot, but this is a picture image here of Marble Falls, Texas, brought to you by KXAN. And this camera here is indicating, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Storms developing. Looks like maybe a wall cloud. No, it's not like a really defined. What? Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. But again, look at the guys in the distance. That is cool. I don't want, okay, wall cloud might not have been the right term, but to me it looks like a wall cloud because when, okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something here. Duplicate marble / cam. Let's go to scene 4. No, it's not. It's scene 3. No, it's not. What scene is it? It's this scene right here. Let's go to marble. Look at this right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, wall cloud. I know it's not really a super defined wall cloud, but it kind of is a wall cloud because once you get underneath that cloud, it's raining. That's a rain shadow effect happening right now. It's probably sprinkles, light rain maybe happening behind that, but it's not super heavy. It's really heavy rain when you see gray like that out towards the distance. So again, rain shadow effect off towards the distance, and again, kind of a wall cloud starting to develop. So that's very interesting. And if I go outside, I'll probably catch this myself. So again, very cool shot that we are monitoring and watching. And yeah, it's still continuing to push off towards the east. And actually, you can see the rain shadow effects now starting to include almost the entire camera shot. So now that is even a more clear indication here that the rain is getting heavier the more west it gets. And again, this camera shot's about 8 miles away from the station here. So that's why we keep coming back to this camera. All right, let's go back to the radar. Let's go back to the green screen. The shower activity is getting closer and closer. Here's where we're at. Storm's getting closer. Just northwest of Johnson City. Some pretty heavy rain right now. I would not. I've been saying this for the last 40 minutes or so. I would not be surprised if we got a flash flood warning for northwestern Blanco, portions of Gillespie County, maybe even that sliver of southeastern Llano County, because in this area it's been torrential downpours for quite some time, and the storms just continue to backbuild. Earlier ago, it was just mainly this corridor, this part weekend, with light showers now, but this has been the area where it's been moderate to heavy rain, and it just continues to develop back up towards the west. Noticing the shower intensity now increasing for the city of Llano and points north. Moderate rain really starting to appear right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rainfall amounts here in the last hour coming in from the radar. And our radar, oh wow, yeah, our radar is indicating some pretty good, this is indicating some hefty totals. Upwards to 3 inches. This is what our radar is saying across sections of Gillespie counties. So again, just east of Fredericksburg, this is 3 to 3.5 inches of rain that we are watching. This is about 3 inches right here. And then the white you see is probably about 0.01 inch, 100th, barely anything. But still, obviously quite serious that we're watching right now as these storms continue to progress off towards the east. And again, where we've had that pretty good heavy rain, the worst of the storms are now off towards your east. So now you're just seeing some light showers, or the moderate showers, but soon will calm down to light rain here very soon. Again, the leading edge of these storms here are creating some pretty good rain. The heavy rainfall rates likely up to 1/2 inch. So as you're in that storm, if you're driving around, blinding conditions are likely happening right now with a mixture of wind. Earlier ago, we had strong storm advisories for gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour and hail up to pennies. Now, it's likely just a clutter of wind and storms as it's progressed from west to east. So again, if you're in Marble Falls, Granite Shoals, near our station here, if you are in Round Mountain or Johnson City or surroundings, heads up, we got showers and storms coming our way. It is same thing with Burnett too. It's your guys' time to head inside now, or if you have anything planned to do outside, time to just wrap that up now, as we're about to see some very heavy rains coming into our area. So again, it's time to head inside. Again, from south of Johnson City to north to Round Mountain to here, where we're streaming from Granite to Marble to Burnett, and points west, and maybe a few cities to the east. Heads up, storms coming your way. Again, it's time to head indoors as these storms get closer and closer to our area. Again, we do not need any more rain. We picked up nearly 20 inches of rain here in Marble Falls. We're going to be adding at least another 1/4 inch to maybe an inch here in the next hour, maybe 2. We'll see how things go. But again, the likely to see 2 inches of rain will be in those red pockets. So again, we're watching things closely this evening. I just got a lightning notification, 13 miles to my southwest. Again, we're here, 13 miles is here. There's the storm. So it is getting closer and closer to where I am at. Let's take a look outside in Marble Falls, Texas. This camera is from KXAN. And you can see on this camera shot, it is ominous out there. Look at that, a wall of rain, a rain shadow effect off towards the distance. As it continues from west, this is the west side of Marble Falls, and then on the other side of the camera, that is the east side. We're looking towards, this is Chili's right here, very amazing restaurant. Chicken dippers are good. And then we got the River City and Grill restaurant over there. Their burgers are pretty good as well. And then we got a hotel that's nearby, and then they're doing construction over here, and then the city pool is over here. There's the beach over here that flooded a few days ago. And then further down you go, it's just less sparse to the area. But again, this is the kind of an idea of where we're looking at this live camera shot coming in again from KXAN. So again, great shot as storms are starting to get closer and closer to the city of Marble Falls. I'm gonna wait here for another second here, and we're gonna get one more radar scan, or excuse me, one camera scan here, and then we'll return back to the radar. Our next gen radar. There you go. Again, wall of rain. Let's see if I can show y'all where the really heavy rain rates are, or where the really heavy rain is. I think the really heavy rain is probably occurring where it's darker. I think that's it. Maybe wait, is it brighter? I forgot the term. It's either brighter or darker where it's heavy rain. I'll remember next time, but again, I'll watch that closely. But again, that's Marble Falls as storms get closer and closer to downtown. Radar is still indicating Granite Shoals, some light sprinkles now. The showers from Marble to Johnson here in just a few minutes. So again, watching that very, very closely. So again, west of Johnson City, northwest of Johnson City, rain is beginning here in just about a minute to 3 minutes, according to our next gen radar. But if you're out towards Round Mountain, to Storm TV Studios, to Marble Falls, to Granite Shoals, this is what we're watching as things progress to the northeast on our radar this evening. Again, we're approaching 8 p.m. Storms probably could be here from 7:55 to 8 p.m. That is my forecasted time frame here when rain should make it to the station here or Marble Falls. So again, from 55 to 8, that's when I think rain will be here. Latest lightning bolt there, some lightning bolts here, some pretty hefty rain and bolts there. That's an indication of the storm starting to intensify. I mean, they've been intensifying, but still some pretty good storms. A lot of electricity in these storms, a lot of electric charges in the storm as well. So again, here's the storms. And an idea of what counties we're looking at: Southern Llano County, Southeastern Llano County, Southern Burnett County. There's the line. This is Llano, this is Burnett. Here's Blanco County right here. Here's Gillespie County, where that line is at. Gillespie, Blanco, Llano, Burnett. So, oh, and then if you're curious what this is Kendall County down here. We do cover Kendall County, but again, as of right now in Kendall County, not a whole lot is happening. All right, so let's go ahead, and new scan came out, still showing some pretty good storms right now. In Blanco County right now. Let's go and take a look at the rainfall rates here in just the last hour. Again, I'm thinking a flash flood warning could be issued for areas over here. Again, the radar is indicating a good widespread swath up to 3 inches of rain northeast of Fredericksburg to Gillespie County, northwestern Blanco, barely Blanco, and a good chunk of southern and southeastern Llano County. We do have a flash flood warning right here, but we don't have a flash flood warning for right here, here, or here. Here, it's probably not at a good criteria, but here for sure and here for sure. But again, we'll continue to watch as things continue to progress to the east. But again, that's the latest here with our next gen radar is indicating. But again, that's just radar estimating, nothing verified from the National Weather Service. And by the way, when we were looking at this earlier, I said between 1 to 3 inches of rain has fallen in this advisory, or in this area before the advisory was issued. National Weather Service did agree with me on that, so we'll have to see if potentially 3+ inches of rain have fallen in this area. National Weather Service, I'm sure, is looking like crazy right now to see if there has been that much rain, but we'll have some final details and information here in just a little bit. Alright, let's go and take a live look outside, or excuse me, this is a still image shot of Marble Falls, Texas. Oh yeah, look at that. Rain shadow effects is getting closer and closer. It's this little wall cloud right here. Right behind that, it's rain. Clouds, rain. So again, this is what's coming into downtown Marble Falls and areas surrounding. Heavy rain and storms coming your way. I just posted a video here on YouTube that looks very similar like this outside. Y'all can check out that video right now, exclusively here on the Storm TV Network YouTube channel. Alright, back over to the radar right now. Again, this is a, behind the scenes. Alright, as you can see on the radar right now, storms again continuing to develop. It's going to push off towards the east here in just a little bit of time. Alright, Johnson City, storms starting to intensify. Round Mountain, storms nearby. Studios here in Marble Falls, rain around rain should be here around 8 p.m. Areas towards Enchanted Rock and the Landon B. Johnson National Park there. We got some very heavy rain right now. Again, latest radar amounts for, here. Our radar has estimated roughly around 2 to 3+ inches of rain in sections of central, northeastern Gillespie, far northwestern Blanco, and a good chunk of southeastern Llano County. We do have a flood advisory in this area, but I have a feeling that a flash flood warning may get issued. Just because of what the radar is estimating. Earlier ago, radar was estimating 1 to 2 inches of rain before the flood advisory was issued, and I'm like, okay, I think they're going to issue a flood advisory or flash flood warning. About 15 minutes later, they issued one. We'll see how long this will take for a new flash flood warning. And I have been pretty accurate on the forecasting or thinking or guessing, I guess, with alerts. We'll see how I am today with this. Again, I already aced forecasting this flood advisory, so we'll see how things go. Okay, storms. Training effect. Again, just still continuing. The storms just continue to backbuild further off towards the west, and storms are developing more up towards the east. So again, from between Johnson City and Round Mountain, likely getting moderate to heavy rain right now. In the city of Marble Falls, storms well off towards your guys' west. Let's go ahead and take another still image shot here in Marble Falls, Texas. And you can see the wall of clouds. There's the rain shadow effect as this gets closer and closer and closer to downtown. Again, the shot, this is Chili's right here. The River City Grill is actually operating this camera. Right there is a construction site. The beach is right there, which flooded. And then there's the city pool area. So again, that's the latest here with what this camera shot has shown here at 7:53 this evening. So, probably here at 8 o'clock, potentially, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to be probably filming, looking around, and I'll probably watch these. I've noticed the shower activity is starting to just kind of become less widespread. It's starting to become little spits of areas now, but still some well-defined heavy rain, and actually noticing the moderate rain interest starting to intensify across a good chunk of Llano County and northern Gillespie County. No severe weather right now, just flash flooding concerns and flood advisories. Again, a good chunk of this area has seen roughly 5 to 15 inches of rain in the last week and a half. And that's why we have these flood advisories and flash flood warnings. Again, a flash flood warning for roughly 1 to 3 inches of rain. We don't typically have a flash flood warning for that amount of inches of rain. Usually it's between 2 to 4 inches of rain is when they issue a flash flood warning. But since the ground is so saturated in our area, that is why we have a flash flood warning. In areas towards Blanco and Gillespie, Llano, and even far sections of western Burnett County, it is so saturated over here as well. And now this is a Amber Alert that just got issued. This is for, let's see. Okay, no, it's not an Amber Alert. Okay, I've never gotten this alert before. Someone named Benjamin Song, wanted for involvement in a serious injury of a law enforcement officer, is an Asian male, last seen in Alvarado, Texas. He's 32, he's Asian. Says call the FBI if you see him or have a tip. That's insane. Wow. I've never gotten any of those alerts before. Oh wait, is that in South Texas where the ambush happened with the Border Patrol? I think it is. I don't know. But anyways, I know they killed the guy. Okay. Anyways, that's the alert I just got. I don't know if anyone else got that. Pretty sure y'all did. But anyways, that's some breaking news. Obviously, we don't cover the news, but in this update, when that happened, when news breaks, here we are. Alright, so anyways, flood advisory still underway right now across Blanco, Gillespie, and Llano counties. Again, I'm gonna be honest here. I got a feeling here. Maybe a flash flood warning will get issued. We'll see. We will see. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump back over to our radar. Man, guys, the rain is just super, super heavy. My Dr. Pepper here goes super well with the dark red color. Alright. But yeah, flood advisories still continue. I know, I just keep repeating the same thing, but they do. Here's a look at Marble Falls, Texas. Rain shadow effect towards the distance. It's about to start raining here soon. Here is a look at Lake Travis. This camera is brought to you by EarthCam, actually. And we're about to get a live shot here in a second. There y'all go. And you can see we got a wonderful ad. Here is a look at Pflugerville in the heart of the viewing area. Also, another wonderful ad. Okay, for some reason the ad is not muting itself. There we go. Alright, there's Lake Travis. After this, what is this ad? Best Buy? Yes, Best Buy. Alright, there y'all go. Look at that clouds. Oh yeah, that's a sign of storms in the distance. Wow, so this is the west side of Lake Travis. Alright. So yeah, storms in the distance. We are watching that closely this evening. Alright, so here's a look in Bee Cave. This is in Travis County. And, oh wow, there y'all go. Look at that, storms in the distance. That's actually a really cool shot. Maybe the sunset in the distance as well. That is really, really cool. Yeah, you're in Marble Falls as well? Yes, so far nothing here. It's really humid though outside. But the camera shows storms getting closer and closer here in Marble. Let's go to the radar. Let's see here. Again, just really off towards our west. That's where all the activity is at right now here in Marble Falls. And the shower, I won't say significant, but the really, really heavy shower activity is starting to slowly wind down from Click, Texas to Sandy. But Albert to Stonewall to Willow City, we got a pretty good storm right now. Yeah, it's nice and cool in Burnet. In Burnet, Texas, you also saw a random shower earlier. And now it's gone. Here in Marble Falls, it's pretty nice and cool as well. It's just, we haven't seen any rain yet. It's 79 degrees here in Marble Falls, Texas. Probably around, I don't know, oh, never mind, it's 76 degrees now here in Marble Falls. I'm going to be honest, I kind of don't know exactly when the rain will be here in Marble Falls because the rain it's just slowly pushing to the east. So that's why it's not raining right now. Let's see. Of course, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to throw that in the chats. Wait, is it nice in Phoenix, Arizona right now, too? What's the weather in Phoenix? Wait, what? Let's see. Checking that out myself. Let's see. It's 75 degrees now here in Burnet. It's 115 degrees right now in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know what you're talking about. That is not nice. That is hot. Really hot. Typically here in Central Texas, y'all know how the July goes here in Central Texas. Usually around this time, not at this time, but maybe like 3 hours ago, on a day like this, example, 2023 or 2024, temperatures were well into the triple digits, like 108 to 114. Now it's in the 70s. And typically, after a hot temperature or a hot day like that, right now we would be in the 90s, probably mid-90s right now. And that's where we're typically at in July here in Central Texas around 8 o'clock. And here we are in the beautiful 70s here in Burnet and Marble Falls and the Hill Country. I believe in Travis County and downtown Austin, the weather is probably in the 80s, I think. It's probably in the mid or low 80s right now. Let's see. Currently in downtown, it is 77 in Austin. That's going to feel nice. It's 73 in Burnet. Wow. Mid to upper 70s everywhere else. The only temperature that's really hot right now is San Antonio at 87 degrees. Wow. All right, we got an updated temperature map here. I'm going to show y'all across the area. Let's see. That is not the right graphic. There's no way I deleted it. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so here is an updated look at our temperatures as of 8 p.m. We were at 74 in Burnet, 72 in Mason. It was 76 in Austin. It was 83 in San Antonio, 80 in Bastrop, 75 in LaGrange. Meanwhile, heavy thunderstorms across a section of south central Texas in the hill country. Here's a look at state temperatures as of 8 p.m. It was 90 degrees in Lubbock. Okay, Lubbock versus Austin. It's always the other way around. Del Rio, Laredo, it's 90s right now. El Paso, 97. 84, Dallas. 82, San Angelo. 81, Houston. Goodness gracious, it is hot out towards the west, except for San Angelo. Goodness gracious, guys, it's hot. But anyways, we got this random area storms across the hill country. It's not really random. This was forecasted, but yeah, we are watching this very, very closely. The rain in Burnet earlier was light, nothing compared to Phoenix. Yeah, I don't even know if Phoenix had rain today, so that's insane, guys. All right, here's a not live look, but this is a still image shot at Marble Falls. It looks like the wall of clouds are starting to fall apart, as it was wall cloudy looking, but that is all rain off towards the distance. El Paso is really dry. Yes, it is indeed. But yeah, guys, rain shadow effect in the distance. Question is when will the clouds let the rain go? And I'm going to be honest, it's really, really taking its time to get closer and closer to Marble Falls. It's kind of like a barrier west of Lake Buchanan and areas to Granite Shoals and Round Mountain westward. It's raining, but areas east, not yet. It's like barely, it's like slowly moving. Earlier it was moving, these storms were expanding easterlyward at a good pace of speed, and now they're just slowly pushing from west to east, or barely expanding. So that's very interesting on how that's occurring right now. I am noticing some lighter green developing in Travis, Hayes, and Eastern Blanco. That's going to be something to watch maybe. We'll see what happens. Looks like some storms just south of the station here, so that's also something that's interesting. You live in Phoenix and you're out there visiting right now. Oh, nice. But again, this is everything that we are tracking right now, guys. This afternoon, or excuse me, this evening. Today's original idea was, I was on standby mode to live stream ever since 10 o'clock this morning. And then this evening, which I had a feeling that this would happen, that the intensity of these storms would start to increase. And that's exactly what happened in my brain. And that's what I had a feeling of. So let's go ahead and take a look at the latest updates here of lake levels, because a lot of y'all have been asking me that personally, messages. Lake Travis at 68%. Y'all have gotten over 22 inches of rain. Lake Buchanan at 83%. And we've gotten about 10 inches of rain at Lake Buchanan. As we take a look at tonight's forecast for Austin, Texas, it's going to be at, or this is kind of not really specifically for Austin, this is specifically for like the area. The thunderstorm risk continues until about, well, it's through 8 now, so potentially could risk until 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. But after 11 or 12, I think, that's when our storm chances potentially could start to wind down. So just ignore that hourly forecast. However, tonight's forecast is 73 for Austin, Texas. We're at, 78 right now, I believe. So just a few more degrees cooler tonight. Potentially drier overnight. And then tomorrow, though, temperatures in the mid-90s. Going to feel very humid, disgusting, and gross. It's going to be super sunny and hot as well. So, as we go ahead and take a look at your temperatures in the area, at 76 in Austin right now. It's 74 in Burnet. 76 here in Marble Falls, 78 in Johnson City with a thunderstorm, 72 in Mason with some light showers. Downtown Llano, the sensor is not working because I believe the flood actually took out the sensor. Or I don't know exactly what happened, but I believe the flood took out the Llano sensor. It's not been showing for a couple days now, so that is obviously some very interesting news to bring y'all right now. But overall, the entire viewing area, nobody is above 85 degrees. Everyone is below 85. Temperatures are ranging from the upper 60s to the mid 80s. That's about it. And I can't believe I'm saying that. It's the middle of July almost, and it's evening time. Usually in the evening time, we are in the mid 90s right now in July, around this time. and we're in the 60s and mid 80s from temperatures ranging around that. So that is, again, crazy with how things are going right now across the area. Again, the radar right now, showing you all these storms right now. Again, nothing strong, nothing severe, nothing like that, but these showers that we're seeing are creating some very heavy downpours. As soon as these storms get closer and closer to the station here, it's like Mother Nature keeps doing this to me, I swear. Every time the rain gets closer and closer to where I'm at, she just starts to weaken it. It always happens. It's been happening since Sunday, I think. So she keeps doing that to me. But anyways, showers still continue. So do the storms. Again, not everybody is seeing this activity, but we're still watching it. Man, this area, this National Historical Park area in southeastern and eastern Gillespie County, it's been pouring down rain for a long time. And this is why I'm thinking that we may get a new flash flood warning for sections of Gillespie County and Blanco counties, because it's just raining and raining in just the same areas. And it's also very heavy rain too in just a short period of time. Again, we don't need any more rain. We picked up nearly 20 plus inches of rain in the last week and a half. And look at this. We're adding another inch, an inch and a half of rain on top of everything. But if we look at the total precipitation all together, this is showing some rainfall amounts not as impressive as our radar was. But anyways, yeah, this is saying roughly 3 to 4 inches of rain from Llano to Gillespie County to almost soon to be in Blanco County. So again, begin to monitor this here. All right, so again, everybody, that is what we're watching right now with all the storms. Let's go ahead and take a still image shot once again in Marble Falls, Texas from KXAN. Yeah, you can see the rain shadow effect is starting to fizzle out just a little bit as these cloud tops are starting to fall apart. So that is interesting with everything here. But again, guys, this is the latest here with all the showers and storms across south central Texas. Nothing strong or severe as mentioned, just some pretty good rain, pretty good storms, that are producing some pretty good rain. Again, Mason, Llano, Gillespie counties, those are the areas that don't need any more rain, but unfortunately we are seeing that. Western Burnett, barely seeing anything. We should have saw rain about in maybe 40 minutes ago, but the showers just continue to weaken just a little bit. But we are starting to notice some building just south of where we're broadcasting from, just near Round Mountain to Johnson City. Those storms are accurately performing over there right now. So, again, everybody, this is what we got for right now. I'm going to catch me some dinner, and I will be back with y'all here in about 20 minutes, maybe. We'll see, because I'm going to do a few other things as soon as I'm done eating. But, again, I got a lot of messages to respond to, because a lot of y'all have been messaging me, so I'm going to check those out as well as I'm eating. But, anyways, I'll come back as fast as I can if I can. If I'm gone for longer than 20 minutes, it's because I'm outside. Enjoying the storm and enjoying the cooler temperatures, because today's the last day. It's going to be in the 70s at this time for a while, because 90s return tomorrow. So, again, guys, that's what I got for right now.